Alright, my friends, welcome. We have a 1v1 Age of Empires 2 game. This one might be a bit special today, because in the purple, we have MBL. He's playing as the Vikings, and he's on one of his secondary accounts. This account currently has 34 wins in a row. He has told Greed that it's him. Everybody knows it's MBL. He just doesn't want to play on his main account because he doesn't... Well, he's playing someone who's significantly lower than him in rating, if that's the case, because he's about 2.5 or 2.6k, and Greed is around 2k1. Now, the crazy thing about what we're about to see here is that Greed is at 2k1 in the top 100 in the world. And last time, MBL went for full light cav and beat him quite easily. This time, MBL's Vikings. And Greed is Burmese, so if MBL is going to go for a trolley strategy, it's not going to be as easy because I really like Burmese in this situation. We'll see. I just wanted to say that because, you know, it gets us hyped for what different strategy we might see. So somebody asked me in my Twitch chat how I deal with burnout, and I started answering it, but I'll continue. I don't really get burned out, man. I think the way I do things... Some people might just get online and they might just cast a game. And then they cast games for 5 hours, or they create videos for 5 hours, and that's all to them, that's all it is, right? And it could be players as well. For me, it's not that simple. Like, I'm constantly trying to listen to how I speak about things, I listen about how I do things, and I'm constantly trying to improve, and that makes it very fun and motivating for me. I think if I wasn't really trying to improve at all times, if I wasn't trying to make better content at all times, and if I wasn't switching it up and innovating with what I was doing, then I'd probably get bored. And I think that that's what a lot of streamers encounter, because they do just do the same thing all the time, and then it becomes very dry. But for me, it's not the case, man. And I'll be honest, some personalities just aren't suited for constant... attention to where you can improve and where you are good, you know, like I don't know, that might not be for everybody, but at least for me, that's kind of how I avoid burnout. Yeah, the only way I do burn out is physically, not mentally though, not emotionally. I burn out physically because I cast so much. Like I'm so passionate about it that I know I need to drink water. I have 3 bottles of water here because that's my goal to drink each time I get on. And I haven't even opened one because I don't stop. And that's like my own dumb fault, but that's the only way I burn out. Is like, I'll just be really dehydrated after I finish streaming. So that I need to improve on. Alright. But, you know, all that effort to me is worth it. Like, I do feel exhausted after a lot of streams and after a lot of days, but you guys make it worth it. Like, it's enjoyable to cast to you guys. You guys are supportive. Like, seriously, just look at the chat right now and look at how many new faces are there. How many people have joined within the last 2 weeks? Like, half of you are probably going to say that you have, even though you've been here for years. But, you know, there are a lot of new people, and that motivates me. Yeah, so a lot of people there are basically brand new to the stream. Yeah, I'm going to drink a little bit now. Alright, MBL's eco balance was pretty poor. That boar was late. By his standards, this is not going to be great. Greed is going for more standard stuff, as he should in this matchup. And he'll click up to Feudal Age before MBL, and he's going for Man-at-Arms. Burmese Man-at-Arms, they get free forging starting in Feudal Age, so it's the best Man-at-Arms save in my opinion. They also get the free Lumber Camp upgrade. Those are 2 huge things. And his base right now is pretty compact. I think Burmese struggle if the Vikings player gets to a lot of archers. And wow, Greed's going to go for a forward. I like it. Yeah, look, he sees this stone. He doesn't see this stone, but both the stones are on this hill for MBL. So if Greed goes Man-at-Arms and towers, MBL could be in trouble. This is the first time I watch the stream live, and I already feel it here. You're awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Amar. Yeah, it doesn't matter when you got here, but, you know, when people ask me, when I've had streamers say, like, I've watched streams and people say they get burned out. I've had streamers ask me how I don't get burned out doing what I do, and I can't really give an answer to that. Like, my mind is just suited for this, and maybe in 3 years I will feel some type of burnout, but I don't know. I don't think so. So MBL is going for defensive man-at-arms. He will go for 4 of them, which is a great decision because he doesn't get that free attack, right? Yeah, Dark Noob, you're right, man. I mean, so when I say support, that essentially does mean finances as well, but I never get onto a stream like thinking, oh, let's make money, 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 money. No, I mean, I'm just blessed that I could do this full time, right? Like, you can't fake having fun at something, right? Like, I would have never gotten here if I didn't really enjoy it and have fun every time I'm on. So man-at-arms for both, 4 for MBL, 3 for Greed, and MBL sends Vils as he sees this tower, and he's kind of unsure on what to do at the moment. He sent 2 weak villagers, so these guys, her and him, they need to run. And this has been successful for Greed. He loops around and MBL's tower is not going to go up. In fact, I think he's built so much of it that if he deletes it, he will not have enough stone to build another tower. That's so unfortunate. Oh no, never mind. I calculated it wrong. I thought because he was at 51%, he wouldn't be able to. So now he builds a tower, and Greed is in a nice position. A really nice position against the player who's way better than him. And then by Greed's own standards, outclasses him. And another tower now going up. MBL tries to take the fight. And this is hard to calculate. I think MBL should win this, right? Good micro from MBL. Now he's sending the Vils out. Oh, this isn't completely walled off. Greed. Oh, no. He loses 1 Vil. He'll lose 2 Vils. Oh, it's all just disappeared because of MBL's micro. Wall it off, Greed. You just need a palisade wall there. MBL, see again, makes it look very easy, right? Like, that seems relatively simple. It is not. You just don't know how much they had to do there. Now MBL can at least get to his stone. Greed's gonna go for rounds 2 here. And perhaps the first tower placement was a bit too far away from this one. Because the idea of a tower rush is to make sure that your towers are within distance of each other so your opponent can't rush it down. Oh, MBL doesn't see that. He does not see that. And, okay, now he spotted it with that villager as she runs away. The 2 man-at-arms are coming in. Remember, they get the free attack. MBL has weak vills here, man. He's going to lose at least 1 villager. Yeah, 1 villager down. I would still say that Greed has the lead. I just wonder if MBL can position his villagers to the north, I guess, of the mining camp. And collect stone. I think if the man-at-arms are dealt with, then he can actually collect this side of the stone. But, of course, Greed could build another tower. Ernie, thank you for the 1,000 bits, man. No message with that. If you have a message, type it in the chat. I'll read it out, man. Benefit for MBL is that he gets the free, wheelbarrow. So his economy has been pretty good. I'm a bit disappointed that MBL didn't add any ranges, you know. Adding an archer range with skirmishers and archers would be really good. And Greed's in a nice position now. He's denied the main gold of his opponent. He's denied 2 stones. He could even deny this gold if he scouts that. And really, he doesn't need to make military. If he expects MBL to show up with archers, he can just build a few defensive towers, and he'll be fine. MBL, let's see where his golds are. Gold here, gold here, gold here. So actually can't access any of his golds. He's actually not even aware that this one is located on this side. So I don't know where exactly he's going now, but remember, he doesn't have stone, he does not have gold. As I said, MBL's the better player here. Let's see if he can get the win. Is this Vubli or HD? This is on Vubli. It's always on Voobly on this stream. Laser Ed, there's a few players around Greed's level from Britain, but none above that. So this feels like MBL wants to take this gold, doesn't it? Yeah, he's just going to take this gold, and Greed doesn't know. So MBL just waltzes forward to take one of the extra golds from Greed. Now again, it looks really simple. It looks like a simple thing. Pro players just, they get away with these things. They recognize what their opponents won't recognize. Difference between Voobly and HD. Well, so Voobly's where all the experts play. There's the new player lobbies and things as well, but it's better with features, it's better with performance, it's better with pathing, it's better with mod capabilities, it's better with virtually everything. The only thing I'd say is that it's a little bit more difficult to set up. So, while Steam is, you just download it and you're good. But yeah, easy way to explain it is Voobly's better in every situation. Now what you can do if you'd like to play on Voobly or try it out, there's a free compatibility patch. If you have the HD edition, you can just use the patch and you can play on Voobly too. Platanius, I think if you play... Yeah, the compatibility patch is free. So that's another good benefit of it, obviously. But I think you could make it in the new player lobby just fine. There's a new player lobby for people around that rate on HD. Yeah, the conversion tool, there's always different things coming out for it, right? Conversion tool is really nice. Oh, Greed went scouts! Greed went scouts and found MBL in this gold. MBL's on the way to Castle Age. But Greed went scouts and he's going to kill all of these villagers. Unless MBL just wants to wall them in, but that's not going to happen now. So Greed is honestly not playing too well economically. His farm count should probably be higher, but he knows that MBL does not have access to any gold. Maybe MBL will scout this gold. It'd be just like a pro player to find that. But he's definitely ahead. I know that he might not be in the Castle Age, but I would say that he's ahead. Rating differences between HD and Voobly doesn't have to be very big, but could be. Yeah, it's hard to say. I think back in the day they'd say there was about a 500 elo difference. I'm not sure now. Because I haven't played a game on HD in probably 2 years, so. I think 400 or 500 is probably still consistent, but you're not comparing that to new player lobby, right? Because sure, in the main lobby that would make sense, but you have to remember there is a new player lobby, which has a completely different rating ladder. But yeah, not really worth, doesn't really matter at the end of the day, right? Just about finding a place to play. So the vill difference is a bit deceiving because you'd think Greed has more villagers and he's way ahead of MBL, but there's two things you need to consider. First one, which is happening right now, Greed is advancing to Castle Age. So his TC is idle as he advances to Castle Age. Second one is Vikings get free wheelbarrow, and Greed had to research wheel, which also means his TC was not creating vills at that time. So I believe the vills are going to be about even when Greed hits the Castle Age for those reasons. And MBL is out on this gold. He snuck through here, and guys, Greed doesn't know it's there. He doesn't know it's there. This tower got denied. MBL's going to wall this off. I hope he completes the wall. But Greed has scouted all of this, and he doesn't know the gold is there. That could change the entire game. But you know what? Greed's sending 2 more villagers forward. If he gets the tower up, he'll know it's there. And I think he'll get the tower up. MBL, oh, he's building his own tower? Might alert Greed to the fact that something's happening there. Oh, but Greed has stopped building his. Oh god, this is so crazy. You know, MBL is making archers. He's been selling at the market. That's the only way he could get these resources. And yeah, he builds the tower. Greed knows now with the outpost the gold is there. And I wonder where Greed builds his castle, guys. He has the stone for it. He's building a tower there, and MBL sees it. MBL's archers. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Guys. Siege tower. Just got to gold. And he's going for a siege tower. Oh my god. Now, Greed is actually building a town center here. Let's see. 50. It'll be around 60%, I think, when the crossbows get here. So this TC's denied. Dum-da-dum-da-dum. Hey, what's up, Greed? MBL, stop the TC. Oh, no! What's even worse about this is that it goes to 90%. And you didn't even need the siege tower, MBL. Oh, Greed has got to be so frustrated. He's denied all the golds! And MBL's ahead. And now there's a siege workshop at home. MBL will see that. He won't deny that, but he could... Oh, there's an overchop, and he can kill a Vil here. Again, players at MBL's level just make the game look so easy. It looks like they're an AI of some sorts, right? Constantly moving, constantly knowing where to be. And now MBL will start shifting focus towards these towers, I'm sure. He wants to kill them. He's working on making battering rams. But yeah, Greed is just on the ropes now. He has a castle. He's making a few errand buys. He's making a new TC. This is still possible for him. Now, you know what's funny about this is if the crossbows are being shot by the Mangonel that Greed's making, MBL could just hop in the siege tower right before the rocks hit. Never seen that, but just thinking about that now, you could actually do that. And then you could hop back out of the siege tower, shoot the Mangonel. When the Mangonel shoots, you hop back in. Just a thought, you know? I think MBL needs to clean up these towers next, and he's making pikemen. He will make more crossbows, I'm sure. And here he is. Yeah, look. See, that's what I'm talking about. See? He didn't lose a single crossbow because of that. And honestly, yeah, look. In. Or out, and then in. This is amazing. These siege towers only work when you have a guy like this controlling it. Oh, look, watch. Hop out. Hop out. He's obviously working on other things right now, but this is great, man. Now, he doesn't know the castle's there. Now he does. But he's fine. He can just run by. Greed has taken a Vil lead. So I'd say Greed is actually getting to the point where he's ahead in this game. Hop out, shoot the errand by, get back in. Oh, this is great. I think that he's possibly toying around a little bit too much, though. I wonder if Greed's heart is pumping because he's close to beating MBL. Crossbows can beat the errand by, but these crossbows cannot beat the elephant and the Mangonel. So MBL needs to run. I know that this is happening, but let's not watch that. Let's just assume that these towers are going to die, and let's just watch this. Because this is way more fun, let's be honest. I wonder if MBL can confuse the battle elephant by hopping out. Okay. Yeah, see? Look. Shooting the battle elephant, running the siege tower around. Is he going to kill this? He's going to kill this, isn't he? Oh no, don't kill the siege tower. Get back in. Can you garrison in it when it's low HP? You can. Yeah, let's go. Hey, Twitch subs, can we please get the let's go spam going for this? This is amazing. And Volko Face, thank you for the new sub, by the way, man. MBL's building a TC on the golds. He still has the almighty siege tower here. Now, the likelihood that this contributes more is slim, but... Oh, and MBL also has crossbows and the rams. Again, this looks very AI-like. I don't think that Greed can fight this with this many crossbows, because the crossbows have more range. But okay, the micro's been good so far. Quick, MBL, repair the siege tower. Or send a villager, repair it. Or send the siege tower to the Vils. Yeah, see, here's the problem with the Erembi. They lack the range. But, you know, they're running in. MBL doesn't have the numbers. And Greed's now making a forward siege workshop, which MBL still does not see. So there's been a few things in this game that MBL's not spotted, and he's had to react to it way too late. And at least he would say it's way too late. He's behind 22 Vils. He just has 38 military. And yeah, these crossbows are going to run back, I guess. So MBL's way behind. Now, if these were two equal rated players, that's what I'd be saying. Still stick to that. But MBL has a lot more pikes than Greed is expecting. Oh, Greed wants to build a castle. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. Where's he going to place it? Place it safe. Yes. MBL sees it. Here come the pikemen. There's rams. There's crossbows. MBL's getting ballistics. This is where the game can be won or lost for Greed. If the castle goes up, he wins. Greed should see the pikemen. The castle's at 40%. MBL will kill the Mangonel and the elephant first with the crossbows. The castle's 60% of the way up. MBL has to go for the Vils with the crossbows. He has to go for the Vils with the crossbows. 70%! 75%! 76%! No! Greed! Oh... I can't help but feel bad for the guy. Again, MBL just times it to perfection. Like, it can't be luck, you know? These guys just play so many games. They're so experienced that they know that this is gonna be the end product. That would have been the game-ending castle if Greed got it up. But now MBL's taking back his resources. That's a waste of stone for Greed unless he deletes it. And Greed is going to have to go another way. I think we should have this more often. I think we need to give the best players imbalanced maps, and then we need to get the 2100s with good civs, and we need to cast games, because this is really entertaining. MBL is still way behind in economy. Greed, he has 3 TCs at home. Has Erembi on the right. I mean, sure, MBL just denied that castle. He denied the TC earlier, but he's behind. At least, I believe so. It's just that we're figuring in the fact that it is MBL, who has a 35, 34 win streak on this account versus players of this rating. Which is a ridiculous number. MBL will soon click up to the Imperial Age, despite having 24 Vils less than Greed. But Greed will be around the same time as him. I like that Greed did this. I agreed with the decision when he did that. Get it? Greed? I agreed with Greed? Okay, that was bad. But yeah, I mean, use your mobility, right? You have more speed than the crossbows, you just don't have the range. So, anytime you see this many crossbows, run. But send in groups like this. This is good. This is good. That was egregious. Well done. Well done. You all are going to be wonderful fathers someday with these dad jokes. I wonder why MBL is doing this. Well, he hasn't really trolled here. He's doing this because when you're top 10 in the world and only 10 people can be competitive with you and you want to play a game, it gets tough, right? Both players on the way to Imp. Greed's picked off a lot of Vils with these Erembi. That's going to be the end of them, though. Tower MBL. Alright, good job. Yeah, all the Erembi will die. But he got 2 more Vils, so he has that going for him. I'm just a bit worried for Greed, because the composition for MBL counters the Erembi. So, I think that if you go Onager and Erembi, then it's a bit different. But if you continue with Erembi Greed, you could be in trouble. I think you have to consider making the switch to Cavalier here. Still can keep the pressure on. MBL, he still doesn't have full control of these resources. The Erembi could surprise him. Greed is going to build a castle on this hill, or at least that's what he'll try for. But I think that is not going to play out with MBL getting to the Imperial Age now. MBL already should have enough to fight this, but it's just down to his comfort level and working his way up the hill. Oh, the Siege Tower actually scouted the Vils. The Siege Tower actually scouted the Vils. He's getting Bracer, Arbalest, Thumbring. So we've had A failed TC for Greed. We've had a failed castle. And now will this castle go up? He sent the same amount of vills, and I think MBL does not want to risk it. So he will decide to not deny that. Of course, he might not know for sure that that's what's happening. But now MBL he's even more range over the Arambai. MBL doesn't have the economy to add anything but Arbalest right now, so he actually has to micro Mangonels, he has to micro Skirms down. He really can't afford to go for any other unit, as you can see with his resources. So I think before you know it, MBL will go on a counter of some kinds. Maybe, so he has two decisions. If you see his stone count, he can build a castle on the left defensively, and then just keep his army here to defend. Or he could send his army forward and build this castle like maybe in his base, because he's expecting Greed to run in like he is now. So I think MBL is going for the second option. And this is just really good game sense from MBL. Oh my god. This gold is freaking cursed. This gold is cursed. 80% TC for Greed. He still can't get that gold. He's getting Onager, but his Mangonels are on the front, and MBL kills a dozen villagers. This is awesome. But Greed has Trebuchets and Onagers and Skirmishers in Arambai, the front of MBL's base. And yeah, there's the castle from MBL. Good thing for Greed is all he needs is 1 or 2 Onagers, hopefully, to kill these Arbs, and then he can continue his pressure on the front. Bad thing for Greed is, actually, I still like Greed's position a lot more. The only bad thing about Greed's position is that he's still fighting versus MBL, and one of you guys in the Twitch chat didn't take MBL's spot. Sorry, was that too offensive? Or is that obvious? Just kidding, chat. Just kidding. Greed will probably be happy with killing these archery ranges. Killing MBL's production buildings. MBL still roaming around with these here, and oh, he will see there's an Onager in the Siege Workshop. He has a new TC down here. He still does not have much of an answer to all of this on the front. It's just a killer combo from Greed, and MBL doesn't see the Onager! Well, he does right after he loses half his Arbs. Oh my god, and here he also loses Arbs. And the score gets much, much closer. Let's see if Greed can predict the split and go for an attack round here or here. Nope. Nice micro from MBL.
Hey T90, thanks for a lot of quality streaming. I'm looking forward to watching a lot more of your streams.
MBL's gonna lose a dozen vills here. He forgot about this TC. It got shot down by the Arambai and the Trebuchet. MBL, he just lost the score lead. He's doing a good job, right? He's been doing a good job. Let's see if he can hold on. This whole game has been so entertaining, and it is because of MBL's imbalanced map. And Greed's style of play was really strong on this as well with his Civ. I'm tense, guys. I'm tense. But look, MBL sends in the 2 pikemen. Watch, he'll split. He does not want this TC to go up. Look, he splits away from the Onager, sends in the pikemen, and he says, not today, Greed. Never, actually, will you get this gold from me. Firestone, thank you for the $20 donation, man. Dude, I'll be streaming, and I'll be making a lot of videos. So, if you're looking forward to it, it'll be there, man. Thank you. What does he mean by imbalanced map? Well, MBL had all 3 golds and all stones on this one hill. That was why Greed was in such a nice position, because he took control of that. Greed can find this gold, and also he's Burmese, so he knows where the relic locations are. But, you know, it's unfair of us to say, like, oh, Greed should be getting the relics, Greed should be getting the gold, because obviously, you know, he's not. He's playing against a guy who needs to keep constant pressure on. And very few players in the world can do what Greed is doing and get all 5 relics at this stage, you know? This is a lot of clicking. I don't know, the way this is going, I think MBL could hold this, guys. You know? It does kind of feel like that, doesn't it? But man, is this a close game. MBL has 34 wins in a row on this account. 78 wins, 4 losses. Again, it's not as though he's hiding the fact it's him. Greed knows. Greed was talking to me about it ahead of time. I would still like to see Cavalier. I think Cavalier would force MBL into a lot of pikemen. Onager works, but only if your opponent's not paying attention. And I think Greed realizes now MBL has a castle, and he does, and it will be tough for this hill to be taken away from MBL. Not so easy to push up hills, but maybe what Greed can do is start raiding from the sides with some light cav or hussar. It does have that option. T90, do you know what Zero Empires is up to? Need more touts to advance. Touts. So, Zach, he's not, as far as I know, I don't think he's really planning on making a lot of personal content. I think he's working with a lot of the like ECL stuff, so that's pretty much what I know. Oh, tutorials. Yeah, I don't think he's not really in a stage of his career where he's making a lot of personal content. Greed, you gotta keep MBL under pressure, man. You gotta keep him under pressure. Start streaming light cav. Make MBL respond to you. Don't let MBL do what he's about to do now. And look at this. MBL builds a castle here. He's making petards. He's gonna petard through and run into the back of Greed's base, which could be very bad in the end. But I mean, it's definitely a risky move because Greed will probably notice that. But we will see. We will see. Right now, 193 population for Greed, 180 for MBL.
Content D90. Watching this game, wondering why MBL doesn't go into berserks.
So Centurion, MBL doesn't have resources for it, man. Look at his economy. 300 food. Not gonna work. You would need. He'll probably prefer to go pikeman because it helps more versus the hussars right now. MBL has a small little corner of the map, you know? He doesn't have the food economy for it. Now, even if he did have the food economy for it, I don't think making too many berserks makes sense, at least currently. Simply because there's still a lot of Aaron buyout. Okay, Greed! He does have 140 vills, so he has some to lose, but it's not good to see that MBL is pressuring this TC. There's a few berserks for MBL. See, there it makes sense. Greed hasn't really progressed very far. Anytime that Greed sends in hussars, MBL has the pikemen and the berserks to pick off the hussars. And MBL's KD is just getting stronger and stronger, and Greed, he has resources. He just can't decide on where to go. Oh, MBL will find that extra gold there, I think. Yes, he will. We'll see when he notices that. This is what I was calling for from Greed a while back. To raid that area. But yeah, essentially now Greed's going to be split up, right? He has to come back to MBL's base. And in dealing with this, he will have less population on the front. And MBL is using the towers, like this is intentional, using the towers versus the Onager. And before you know it, with all of this military, he could probably kill the Arambai here. But you see what I mean? Like, MBL makes these ridiculous things look so easy. He built a castle here and petarded through. Like, that's so rare to see. MBL is killing villagers in this corner. Greed's down to 120, which is where MBL's at. But, you know, Greed is about to kill this castle, I believe. I'm not too sure, though. MBL's being stubborn. He's repairing the trap. He's repairing the castle. Greed's about to hop out of this siege workshop with an onager. There's just so much that Greed has to freaking deal with, man. And on the front soon, I think he will lose his Arambai. I don't even know where to look as the caster. This is crazy. Okay, MBL sees the skirms. See, immediate reaction to see the skirms. And he'll fight them because he probably can't have too much success there. And look, he killed the trebuchets. Like, I'm starting to feel bad for Greed, but goodness, this is impressive from MBL. And as I expected, Greed, he loses his Aaron Buy and he loses his Trebs on the front. MBL takes the score lead again. MBL is killing more and more villagers. And man, Greed was so close. Greed was so close, man. He still could win it, of course. He still could win it, but now MBL's food eco is getting better. He's starting to switch in those berserks. He'll start thinking about pushing up this hill. Killed about 10 more villagers here. He's still just remaining a presence. And now the berserks makes a little bit more sense, right? Because he has plate mail armor and there's not any Aaron Buy here. And he can kill the onagers with them and hold that area. Makes it look so easy, man. Makes it look so easy. And I think now that's got to be like really disheartening when you're Greed, right? You know, on one hand, you probably just can't help but smile because versus anyone at your level, you'd have this game locked down than if you're in Greed's position. But like on the other hand, you got to be thinking, man, I almost had it. I almost had it. Well, Elite Berserk was now going to be tough for Greed to deal with. Especially with Chieftains, the Elite Berserks now make a little bit more sense, right? Because your opponent will be switching more towards Hussars, so you want something more with mobility. And they can deal with the Hussars quite easily. MBL sees more Vills, and he'll probably just stay on the move here. Big problem for Greed is that his skirms lack all the armor upgrades, so MBL's Arbalests actually kill them, which is why he's stopping for these fights. And honestly, I don't think that MBL needs to necessarily push to the north side. I think that that might just give Greed a chance to get back into this, so I like what he's doing now. TCing this gold with the villagers that built the castle, sending berserks into Greed's eco. Impressive play from MBL. And this game is special for a lot of reasons. We have the people watching, we have the people playing, we have the casters, but man, like games like this really puts into perspective just how good the top 10 are, right? Because all the statistics were against MBL at one point. But, you know, when you're playing this game, you'll realize there's maybe one or two ways to get back into games at times, right? And it can be small little things. And so these players are so good that they not only have the skill to do it, but they know exactly what to do and where to go. And MBL really did that with his counterattacks this game. And now the GG's called right after the siege comes in from MBL, and the siege goes down for Greed. And what a game, man. That was so impressive. Makes it look so easy. That was really fun to watch. That was really fun to watch. MBL didn't have any of his golds or stones for a long period of time that game. I do think Vikings are better in post-imp than Burmese, because the lack of armor on the Burmese skirms it makes things so tough for you. Lack of armor and attack means the skirms barely touch the arbs. I also have to figure in that the Aaron Buy is a staple of the Burmese army, and Arbalest from Vikings will kill that too. And it's not like Burmese can go into infantry versus Arbs either, and Onager proved to not be enough, but still, what a play. I can't say that Greed did a lot wrong here. He was unlucky at stages where he lost his town centers and castles and all, but you have to create your own luck, as they say, right? So MBL created his own luck in multiple situations early on, and then once he got late game, I just never felt like he was going to lose. It just seemed like he was in full control. Jets for Cup, thank you very much for the Prime sub, man. So guys, if you're watching this on YouTube and you'd like to join in on the Twitch stream at some point, I stream on Twitch 5 days a week. Normally it's Wednesday through Sunday. Of course, times can be different depending on where you live. But if you're interested, you can click the Twitch link below the video description. And when you click that link, you will see the the schedule below the video, and that automatically goes to your time zone. Why MBL has another Smurf? No sense. Well, this isn't really new, Marv. Marv, I try and think of it this way. Sometimes, and I know you're kind of around my level, but sometimes at 2K, I just don't have anyone to play. Like, I can wait for an hour and just can't find anyone to play. Imagine being in the top 10